Namaskar and welcome to the 5th edition of ET Now Global Capability Centers GCC Summit 2024. That's got the theme of turbocharging Bharat's economic engines. Now, India's Global Capability Centers plays a crucial role in driving the country's economic progress and fostering innovation. Now, these centers are also known as Global In-House Centers or captives, are set up by multinational companies to take advantage of India's skilled workforce, cost efficiency and business-friendly environments. Now, I think we are all aware of all the numbers, but as of 2024, India has over 1,600 GCCs, and the number is expected to grow to 2,500 by 2030. So I know all of you are also looking forward to the evening because that's when the recognition of these companies are about to receive, and that's going to happen later in the evening as well. But before that, without further ado, let us turn our attention to the main event. Let me go ahead and invite our speaker onto the stage, ladies and gentlemen. We have with us the Officer in Charge of Investment Promotion of MP State Electronics Development Corporation, Government of Madhya Pradesh.
So we have seen all the incentives, all the facilities, all the ecosystem, whatever we want for GCCs, it's available in Madhya Pradesh. We are where we can talk about the talent, we talk about the cost, we talk about the business environment, we talk about the infrastructure, or we talk about the social infrastructure. Everything is in place and in abundance. It is only the willpower of my dear investor friends here who would like to look for an expansion and reach out to Madhya Pradesh. We definitely have a very vibrant industrial IT ecosystem, and technically skilled workforce is available. We have got ease of doing business and ease of living. It is all there. We are one of the states which has got power surplus, and it is safe from all natural hazards. We definitely here, we ask people and we take them forward, holding hands. The government is there to take you forward. From the investment promotion perspective, we have been moving around and tracing and bringing GCC to Madhya Pradesh. This is our target. So tier 2 cities are offering a lot of opportunities. They have the infrastructure readiness is there, and easily availability is there. Expansion can be done. The social infrastructure is excellent, and the talent pool, which is one of the most important aspect of the GCCs. So we have abundance of talent pool available. We have all IITs, IIMs, all in one city also, and many national level institutes are there in Madhya Pradesh. So we can always vouch that there's availability of skilled manpower can be made available to the GCCs there. So talent pool, there is no dearth of the talent pools. Then we can also talk about the cost of living and the ease of living. So that is also much, much lower than the other metros where mostly the GCCs are available. Most important point is like maximum number of GCCs from the statistics we can come to see. Like Bangalore is 800 plus, Hyderabad is 300 plus. So now the next destination should be the tier 2 cities, and Madhya Pradesh has got a lot of scope for that. Thank you so much.
So with that, I'm sure all of us are all set for our first panel discussion of the day. And as the topic suggests, it says Bharat's capability quotient, the rise of GCCs.
How is Madhya Pradesh emerging as a GCC hub?
Madhya Pradesh is a place where you have abundance of skilled manpower. We have got all the national institutes present there. We have got IITs and IIMs, and definitely we are going ahead.
Can you share some of the key achievements or initiatives that highlight the success of the function that you're running?
Max is a new platform. It's the global streaming platform where we have merged multiple other streaming platforms as Warner Brothers and Discovery came together. And as we are rolling out globally, we are pretty much following that, and that's the idea of creating the GCC here in Hyderabad.
How do you see GCCs contributing to Bharat's talent ecosystem development?
We have the talent, we have the skill, but is it the relevant skill? Is it the relevant talent? Yes, in some areas we have, and we are able to nurture that. In many areas, we are building the skill, right? And that's the exposure the global companies are providing to the India talent. I think the GCCs are providing that unique opportunity to the India talent to really create new business models, new business opportunities, and scale from there.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
the global capability centers have been in a lot of limelight recently for the shifts that are happening in the industry. If I can say that, one is obviously they've moved away from volume to value, right? Where a lot of focus used to be on saying how large and how many FTEs do I have today to say that, okay, what innovation am I driving? What kind of value addition that I'm creating? How am I globally contributing to value, enterprise value that's getting created? I think the overall experience has been fantastic. And what was reflected in today's discussion as well, I mean, not just the number of people who turned up who are playing various leadership roles in the GCCs, it was also the quality of discussion, right? In terms of what people talked about, how they openly shared insights in terms of what. Now, obviously there are platforms where some of these discussions have happened, but I think the fact that we are able to get so many GCC leaders to come together on the ET Edge platform where Deloitte has an opportunity to be associated as well is just fantastic. I think it's building on to a great platform for knowledge sharing for everyone.
So the global capability centers in India are poised for an exponential zone of value creation. And the opportunities are immense. And the things to watch out for, or the strategies that will drive this going into the future, are 2 or 3 things. One is an increasing rise of global roles in India GCCs, which would also mean the decision-making prowess moving into the India GCCs. Second is building the relevant talent that will drive the future growth of the GSCs, which would require significant collaboration with the academia and with the government. I think institutionalizing that partnership will become key for driving what we see as the future of GCCs. Innovation, digital transformation, artificial intelligence, Gen AI, these capabilities are something that will continue to be driven from the India Global Capability Centers going forward. So it is all about how the GCCs are going to further enhance the value creation for the enterprise.
Well, the future for GCCs in India is extremely bright, as everyone has been talking about. But what will unfold in the next 5 to 10 years is nothing short of revolutionary. There's going to be significant changes. And what's going to happen is that apart from the growth that everyone is talking about, apart from the growth to the tune of GCCs contributing about 3.5% of India's GDP by 2030, there is going to be a fundamental shift or a strategic shift in how GCCs are viewed. Rather than outposts of cost, they are going to be looked at as value creation centers and innovation centers. And we see a lot of that happening already. But in the next 5 to 10 years, that's going to crystallize in a very big way. Secondly, what's going to happen is that existing GCCs, they will be a lot more well integrated with their parent entities. Some of them are already very well integrated, but we'll see this as a trend across the board, including existing GCCs and newer ones as well, as to them getting integrated into the parent organization much better, and also being involved in the global decision making, which is the next big step. So that's the second trend. Trend number 3 that I foresee is that there will be the need there will be the large influx of small and mid-sized companies that want to experience the India advantage. Not just cost, but also technologies, skills availability, and the whole ecosystem that the Indian GCC system represents. So these companies are going to be setting up a lot more in India. They will probably be an influx in addition to the large Fortune 500 companies as well, but this will be a new trend.
With that, we move forward, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up next is a presentation, Gen AI-infused products and developments.
I think what Gen AI truly has done is brought the entry barrier to AI very low. So we now have usable AI available as a service, and I think that's one of the key differentiators with some of the GPT models and Gen AI.
Yeah, so this is a quick representation of the implementation and the platform we had. If you look at it, I mean, there are 3 Copilot ecosystem. I mean, just for an example, we hosted 5+ open LLMs. And this includes a lot of these, we use Llama 3.1, 70B, 405B, 408B. We use Mistral. We use Llama SQL Coder. Like this, we have many models which are hosted. So all this with the central Copilot engine, which actually does the orchestration.
So one of the biggest things like GenAI help people in India is, India has been known for people with lots of STEM background, people who are good in math, and GenAI is all about a strong backing on math. And that is where one of the key things that I observe is we are well poised to take over that kind of the challenge that the world has thrown at us. The second is GCC have existed here for about 2 to 3 decades now. So there's a lot of business knowledge that the GCCs have gained over the last 3 decades. And the real power of GenAI is going to be seen when people start applying this technology to solving real-world business problems. And I think on both the fronts, we are well poised to take over the challenge. One of the biggest challenges in the last 4 to 5 years post-COVID that we've seen across GCCs is talent attrition, right? So talent is pretty fluid. People go from one GCC to another, and that kind of puts a lot of plans that the GCC leadership puts together to kind of position themselves in the global stage goes for a toss. One of the key things that we've observed and worked as ThoughtWorks with a lot of our customers is build what are called developer experience portals. These portals are things which kind of encapsulate the best practices of how delivery will happen and removes people-specific knowledge and skill levels out of the mix to a great extent. With the advent of GenAI, this actually comes big time to the fore because what you're dealing with are data of your customers and models and how the models run. And hence you want a lot more control of what your data scientists or developers are actually putting into the systems as such. This will ensure there are enough guardrails built into those developer experience portals, which eventually will ensure that your plans are not derailed by people movement as such.
With that, let me invite on stage, ladies and gentlemen, we have with us Vice President and Head of Global Solutions for Cloud, Data Analytics, and AI from Cognizant. Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us Purnima Sathi. A huge round of applause with her presentation coming up next.
Today, from where we are today, we look at the third and possibly the next phase is reimagining completely new business models, right? What I mean here is 20 years, 25 years back, we got internet, and about 15 years back, we got e-commerce, which is a completely new business model. And then we got powerful mobile devices with 4Gs and 5Gs, and with that, we got quick commerce. So with the availability of technology, new business models, new service delivery models emerge. So we believe that the reimagine phase is first the cost and productivity takeout. The second is enhancing the current repertoire of products and services and experiences that we deliver. And the third is reimagining completely new sets of products and services that we can offer to our customers, powered entirely by what AI can offer to us.
GCCs are at the hub of all the innovation and transformation that is happening for their headquartered companies. And in order to make maximum their GenAI investment, I think they need to reimagine what AI can exactly deliver and the entire potential and possibilities of AI. The next important thing is to build a very strong foundation for ensuring that their AI endeavors move out of the labs and POCs into actual production. These imperatives could be around building a strong infrastructure, whether it is physical or computing infrastructure. It could be around data. It could be skilling at scale, because talent is at the fulcrum of all of these interventions and innovations. The next thing is possibly the entire data imperative, because data is the fuel on which AI runs. And having very, very strong governance, and of course backed by strong investments. And that, I think, with these imperatives taken care of, the Gen AI and the overall AI journey of GCCs can be propelled and made much faster and more sustainable. Diversity is a fact, inclusion is a choice. So a diverse and inclusive team is very relevant for GCCs as it is for all organizations, especially GCCs, because now they are in a huge growth trajectory and their need for talent is very high, and this talent needs to come from every sphere, every gender, every seniority, every form of education. So if you look at from all of these standpoint, a diverse workforce brings very creative ideas.
Let's move forward to the next panel discussion immediately. We have our speakers all set. This is all about the 3 C's that joins the dots of AI and automation: capability, capacity, and connectivity.
Senthil, you are the CTO of Cognizant, one of the CTOs of Cognizant. From your vantage point, how have you seen AI and automation create strategic impact for companies outside?
I've seen some GCCs from my vantage point serving as a solution provider, service provider for many of our customers, including Rumo's organization. I think the evolution has gone from a pure play, an IT center or a business process center for the parent company to being more business-centric, product-centric. But the key trend, I always track trends. That's one of my core businesses also. So it is becoming more and more experience-centric. So experience not necessarily from your customer, but also if you look back internally, your employees, vendors, and partners and everything, right? As an ecosystem, making that experience-centric organization through AI and automation becomes core. And that's a lever for you to help these young minds also scale.
With that, let's move forward to our presentation, which is on Business Hub AeroCity. May I invite Mr. Saurabh Jain from GMR to join us on stage for the presentation, please.
Now, what GCCs are looking at, and since morning we have had detailed deliberations on what are GCCs' expectations. Is it the talent pool? Is it grade A commercial offices? Is it security of the systems? Is it cost effectiveness? Now, we at AeroCity, we fulfill all these conditions. So since we are an airport, we provide a complete secure system. We provide excellent infrastructure. We provide 24/7 availability of utilities, a very clean and green environment. We have consciously decided not to create a concrete jungle, not to maximize FSI here. We want to give an experience here to our partners. So what we have come up is the business park at AeroCity Hyderabad. And we would like to offer this to the GCCs who are looking to set up in Hyderabad their facilities. I know most of the current establishments are in Western Corridor, but south of Hyderabad, where we are located, is an upcoming growth corridor, a micro market that is developing very fast, and it ticks all the right boxes.
We have the next fireside chat, which is all about the GCC surge. That's real estate's prime opportunity. So that's the segment that we will be talking about right now.
What do you think is the role of real estate in the GCC of today and the future?
We need to redefine the role of real estate to see how is it adding value and what is the productivity output that it is contributing to.
I see real estate to be an enabling catalyst. It's an ecosystem creation where you are allowing people to do a higher delta of productivity. But today, I think the complexity, the productivity throughput of organizations and what they can achieve, I think that will drive decisions to move to GCCs. I don't understand it, but I think the sea change of technology, I think, is an equally enabling catalyst which has allowed people to do things that they can do, and therefore I think it's a catalyst, it's an enabling ecosystem.
Real estate and a real estate strategy is now the crucible for development. It's front and center for anybody who's looking at talent retention or being in the right address or commute for that matter. And I think it'll continue to play a very pivotal role in understanding in which direction the companies grow.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, panelists. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you.
With that, let's move forward. We have a presentation coming up. I think we have been talking about talent quite a lot, and this would be a continuation to that. This is about effective talent attraction, which should be a cornerstone of a successful talent acquisition strategy.
Talent is not going to stay with us for all time. That era has passed. The time of getting a watch for 25 years of service is over. They are going to keep jumping companies. So it's best for us to plan ahead and make sure that we keep a backup list of people that are interested in our firm, that are interested in the kind of work that we do, that we can reach out to at any time when positions arise. The talent acquisition team, like I said, are humans. They can't do wonders. They can't perform magic. But if you have a passive pipeline of folks that are already interested in you, that helps you hire faster when the need arises, and also helps you scale at the end of the day. Another thing that I've noticed with building your own passive pipelines, investing in building your own passive pipelines before the need arises, is that when the need does arise, you can hire 3x, 4x faster. You have people ready to apply, you have people ready to interview, you have people ready to join, and the joining ratios shoot up. One thing that might be relevant to smaller GCCs is also that your brand is known in the market as a technology leader, as a good place to work, and as a place that a person can build a career and learn more about the field that they're in. Priorities always are different when you're planning on setting up or expanding your GCC within India. Infrastructure, people, all of that is important. But yes, talent acquisition at the end of the day should be something that you consider right at the beginning and not something that you put off till the time that everybody else signs off on it. Let's be prepared. Let's make sure that we have people that we reach out to and can be tapped at any given point in time. Thanks a lot, everyone.
The next panel discussion is all about the GCC triad, where we're going to talk about profit in the air, which is your attract, integrate, and retain. It's not just about your talent acquisition piece, but how do you even manage your talent in the first place?
According to you, what are some of those best practices or approach your company are adopting to attract the talent, which goes beyond traditional perks and salary?
You need to have a brand positioning for your organization first. Why even going after the best of the talent? That talent will come to you unless, of course, they know what's in it for them and which organization, which mission, which purpose, which core value they are working on. Our brand positioning was, you come, we care. That is, of course, one of the taglines we use, obviously.
What is the practical approach AstraZeneca and in your company are adopting, especially when we are working in the hybrid environment where not necessarily everyone we are onboarding today, in person?
We very rarely allow hybrid onboarding. We insist that it has to be face-to-face because I think we've seen the power of those social connections and when people come in, the difference that it can make. We've used the methodology of design thinking, which helps us to make sure that we're integrating the needs of the employee and the organizational needs to kind of go through a seamless experience.
How this data-driven approach can help in terms of attracting and retaining the top talent as part of any GCC?
If you are able to train your AI models to predict the extent of match, the scoring, how successful would this person be if he is brought on board? How well will he integrate with our culture? And these decisions are actually based on the data that you have captured as an organization and the training that you give to the AI models.
And with this, we'll close this conversation. Thank you, all the esteemed panel members. Thanks for your time.
As we stand on the threshold of the impactful GCCs of India, the Hyderabad edition, we are here to honor the trailblazing organizations that are setting the standard for excellence in this dynamic sector. The recognition of these companies are about to receive is not just a ceremonial gesture, it is a tribute to their exceptional impact born from a fusion of visionary leadership, cutting-edge innovation, and a deep commitment to societal progress. you.